So I started really, I was fortunate because my mother played the piano a little bit. My father liked, and they both of them liked classical and jazz and blues records and the pop records at the time when I was growing up. So I was hearing all this music, and I was also hearing, if I went to my grandmother's house where she had an upright pianola, I would hear those stride pianists because the piano roll would play things like Fat Swallow and stuff like this. And my uncle, who had a rhythm and blues group, and he was only a teenager at the time, was playing like boogie woogie piano. And when I heard that, I thought all of the chaos of the universe suddenly became ordered, and it was such an expression of joy that all I wanted to do was make that music. So I came in, I think he was playing something like... And I suppose the person that had the most extraordinary and difficult journey here was Bono. He got to Heathrow, got out, and there was been some accident on the M4. So Bono rings and says, "I'm really sorry, there's 3 o'clock traffic." He said, hang on. And he flagged down a motorcyclist who was weaving through the traffic, who he saw had a spare crash helmet, and said, "Will you take me to Greenwich? I'll give you some money because I've got to get to this session. I've really got..." Anyway, he brought him all the way here on his motorbike, weaved through the traffic, and I thought that really was the most determined and the greatest example of an artist who, you know, the show must go on. I think the thing about great music is really, it doesn't matter if it's 500 years old or 5 minutes old music. The point is, it's whether it moves you here. The blues has always had a great resonance with me when I was a teenager. I was never really interested in what other teenagers had to say. I wanted to hear what men and women had to say who'd lived a life. The poetry of the blues reflected a lot of a much more interesting perspective than teenagers singing about love. A fellow in the Old Kent Road that used to make suits for a bit for me, then he went. A tailor in the Savile Row for a long time, and had a new cutter, and he gave me politicians' legs. And then of course in America, when I was on tour with Squeeze in the early days when we had no money, we used to go around the dead men's shops and get fantastic sort of 1960s suits for sort of 4pence that always fitted like a glove, you know. Yeah, a suit for me fits with the piano. I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm going to work as well then, you know. I don't wear a suit if I'm recording, but if I'm on stage I always do.